Okay, so Stellar has broken out from an accumulation range that it has been forming for a year now. So that's a very long accumulation range. Every time you see bargain buyers accumulate cheap XLM at lows, at essentially the bottom, you always see a strong reaction afterwards once that accumulation range has broken. And this is essentially the new bull market, 40% towards the upside for XLM. And this is fantastic news because now you see a new trend. And it's very important to understand that once you have a new trend emerge, it's not going to end anytime soon. And that's a very good example of what happened most recently, where you started to see after that 40% rally right over here, you started to see accumulation, but reaccumulation at highs, consolidation after that initial uptrend. After that initial 40% uptrend, you started to see consolidation at highs where people are selling a bit, buying a bit, but essentially these highs are being maintained in a reaccumulation range. And of course, this reaccumulation range had a bullish bias because this is an ascending triangle, which of course had a few ways of being able to develop later on. Here's pathway 1, where you'd see rejection from the top of that ascending triangle before just meeting the midpoint of that ascending triangle before actually breaking out later on. Of course, there was also a possibility that you'd see a wick or some downside price action towards the uptrend line of this ascending triangle. But in any case, a bullish bias for XLM, and this is what happened later, a breakout from the ascending triangle, following through on pathway number 1, where this support maintained itself, broke out into a 14% rally, even wicking towards the uptrend line. So essentially speaking, it followed through on pathway 1, but did have an element of pathway 2 where you saw that wicking price action towards the bottom of that ascending triangle. Okay, so in any case, you're seeing consolidation at highs turn into reaccumulation, and you're seeing further upside continuation. So just by looking at these swings, 40%, then consolidation, 14%, and then trend continuation, you're seeing that these are macro moves. And the thing about macro swings and macro moves is that they shouldn't be micro managed, because these are higher timeframes that we're focusing on, not lower timeframes. So you're seeing how this is only the beginning of a bull trend for XLM. The previous one had a much shorter accumulation range compared to the year-long accumulation range you saw here, and you saw an exponential rally towards the upside following from that accumulation range a few years back. I'm not saying we're going to see such exponential rallies and movement towards the upside from this accumulation range, but I am suggesting that we will see significant upside going forward until at least a few of those resistances start to kick in. So for instance, this is a very strong resistance area. This is a resistance area as well. So until we even reach any strong resistance zone, which is this one, by the way, this is the first resistance zone that XLM is going to have ahead of itself. Until we see a rejection or any sort of resistance at a strong area of historical supply, then XLM is going to continue rallying upwards.